because how big we're expanding that we have. When you become a little bigger, you kind of become a target when it comes to like hate, shit like that. So no, and I want to say, straight up, I appreciate you rocking with us because I can see people be like, oh, you're from the game, that's some cool shit. But people don't realize that we want to fuck with people from the game. We
It's
want
the
to keep
main
people
one,
from the
baby.
game in the game. And so we'd rather work with people like yourself more than anyone. So I appreciate you not really caring what people may say about our partnership because I'm one of those guys. I'm from the shit, so I keep my ear to the street. And I know what people say about what we're doing, And so I just want to say thank you for fucking with us.
Fires that's growing around this community is insane. I mean, it's literally they say, why we grow the best weed here? Well, the climate's killer for long term. The climate's not amazing, but it's the heritage.
It's the knowledge. It's the knowledge. Like you said, your pops was growing thing. So,
right?
So you learn from people that understand not just that this is a good climate, but how to use the climate, the advantages, disadvantages of the climate.
Grow weed. That's what we were taught.
It's in the family. Some people focus on restaurants. Some people focus on cannabis farming. This is what you do. This is what you're brought up to do. This is what you learn. Shit, just by looking at this, you can tell. I mean, this thing rose is fire as fuck. It's better than the indoor batch that I seen last week. I don't want to spark the debate, but I was just given an indoor batch of pink rosé last week, and this right here is actually way better smelling, looking, bud structure. I mean, the sun, baby. So this is the kind of pack that you can pass as an indoor pack for sure.
That game, you played that game.
Can't believe we just got beat up like that.
Start talking about depths and greenhouse prices like. Back in the early 2000s,
Gotta make up for it in this
it would be
game.
the same price. I charged someone $4,800 for this right straight up. $4,800 indoor. There's no such thing as a depth.
I mean, that's what we're trying to, that's what we are trying to do.
I'm about to smash my blunt up.
The sun grown, it's compete and it's better high. I mean, you get exposure higher than indoor. Your lungs, you smoke it, you don't have that gnarly cough. It's different.
We're gonna continue to have that conversation. Sun grown versus indoor.
Yeah.
When it comes to strains like this, bro, shit. This wasn't the shit that kept you when you started pouring baking soda on me. This ain't no baking soda pack, baby. That's that humble sun grown thing.
One of the main things I want to do with this thing, get put in this position, is I let my friends with my families around here. I mean, the original. There's so much fire weed being grown here.
Between all the brands we
There
have,
you
bro,
go.
there's gonna be so much flavors. We gotta find the best boutique brands that you think need that shine. And just like what we're doing with you, we want to do with them as well. Give them some shit to grow. Make sure that shit's gonna be sold, represented in the stores. So we should put everyone out here. We gotta put Humble back on the map, especially on the white market, because the cool thing is LA has always had that we don't want no outdoor shit, and we educated the shit on them. Just cookies alone.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
We kind of changed it. Work outdoors, sun grown. They appreciate it.
People think you're coming here to try to infiltrate on this game, but I look at it like you're coming here to try to help us out.
Two things, like one, we're coming out here to put light and emphasize and help just put the stamp and help educate people in the white market on what Humboldt is, because in the stores
White
in
market.
LA, San
The
Bernardino,
fuck?
all these other places outside of NorCal, they're not really up on it. The word outdoor has been shitted on for a long time, right? So
Good.
Your branded comedy is necessary, especially right now. You know what I mean? Because like Omar was saying the other day, you can tell your comedy come from a real place. You know what I mean? And can't nobody steal your act because they know.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19.
Janky ass PlayStation, man.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, right. I'll just do right on it. All right.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken at the 15, a short kick.
Wow.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Technical difficulties over there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play action. It's Fields on the move to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
First carry now for David Montgomery. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Fields. Incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Fields.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
He did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start the drive with Elliott. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Bears, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Prescott now. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. We're scoreless after 1. A first down carry by Elliott. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw is Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 23. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung him.
So first and goal now from the 7-yard line. Now Elliott. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Elliott will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end and come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From the 10. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 9, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. Fourth down, so they send out Trenton Gill. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Again, it's Elliott. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Inside give to Elliott. And it's a fumble. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And this play is going nowhere as he dives to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now here's Trenton Gill now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 43. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets are out to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Take it to the house.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and it shows why he was so coveted with that interception.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And his drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
3rd and long. It's Fields. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Really?
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw. Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 48. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Pollard again. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 113 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Dang!
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
The kick by Maher is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Checking things elsewhere. 3rd quarter now from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. And the Cardinals continuing to surge. They've scored again. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal. And he loses the football the 2nd time.
Wow.
And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback because everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. From the pistol, here's Elliott. Stopped on the play by Kyler Gordon. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 30. Prescott on play action. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and then go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, inbounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So a big one coming now for Brett Maher from the right hash. This from 33. Maher able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive. We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Toss left to Montgomery. And that time to tackle by Malik Hooker. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's how.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Micah Parsons in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Fields. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Good game, Cub.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
The give is to Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throwing here, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Prescott to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Now Prescott on 4th down. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. All eyes on Fields. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, that's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one will end in a victory.